Okay, now, so recently I was asked this question: how much does it cost to start a business? Well, it really depends on what sort of business that you're looking to start. But what I can share with you from experience and also from some teachings of some sifus is that there are a few factors you need to consider when you calculate what is your required startup cost. You need to think of, firstly, how much would it cost to acquire the necessary amount of product and equipment to fulfill whatever it is you're selling, whether it is a product or a service. That's one. Number two, you need to budget some expense in order to get your company to, well, some sort of legal standing. Means that you need to register your business. You need to get the license to operate from the town councils. You need to get all the permits. You need to register with a company secretary. You need to get accountants on board. Maybe even your online presence, domain registration, server hosting. Okay? Then, if you are doing an online platform business, platform fees. You need to think about, if you are doing a physical business, rental deposit, renovation, okay? And of course, being a new business, you probably want to budget a small figure to get your business off to a flying start with a launch marketing campaign. So this is just to start off. Then you need to think of operating expenses, your salary, your rental, your utilities, whatever subscriptions you need to get your business running, okay? And of course, your month-to-month marketing expenses to buy Facebook ads and whatnot. All these are your overheads, okay? And the common wisdom, and this is wisdom, when you start a business, is that you want to have at least about 3, at best 6 months of monthly expenses in reserve added to your startup capital. So why this is so? It is because, you see, most new businesses don't get off to a flying start. You need to spend the first 3 to 6 months building your business, building your clientele, investing in marketing, investing in acquiring newer, better stuff to continuously grow your business. So when you have that 3 to 6 month buffer, what it means is that you are able to operate without fear, even if your first 3 to 6 months is zero business. And let's put it this way: as long as you do some form of marketing, as long as you do some form of your selling right, even if you don't turn a profit, you won't have zero business. So having that initial startup buffer is very, very important to ensure that you don't get your business off to a shaky ground. Now, once you have all these factors calculated, then you will know how much it takes to start up your business. And from my experience, I can share with you that a lot of people ask me this: how much does it cost to start up a car wash, for example? Once you factor in, especially the 3 to 6 months buffer, you're looking at 200,000 to 300,000 easy, okay? Then, once you arrive at this figure, then let me indulge you in a thought experiment. Let's imagine, okay, you came up with a business idea and you worked out that, you know, after you do all the, you calculated your startup capital and you calculated your 3 to 6 months reserve, you realize that, okay, you need to put aside 200,000 for this business. Now, this 200,000 could be entirely your whole ownership of the business, or maybe this 200,000 is your share in a bigger pie. But either way, we are talking about a scenario where it is 200,000 ringgit down from your wallet, from your bank account. And when you look at your cash, your available funds, all you have is 200,000 ringgit. Okay, let's say 300,000 ringgit. Are you going to pump that 200,000 ringgit into your business? If your answer is yes, well, let me just share with you an enlightening statistic. 90% of all new businesses fail within the first 5 years. When you say fail, I mean your 200,000 ringgit go up in smoke. Are you going to risk all your savings for something with a 90% chance of failure? Probably not. Okay, let's take it to another level. Let's say this same business idea requires 200,000 ringgit down from you. You've got 500,000 ringgit of funds available to you. Would you dare to put your money down on that business? Now, this is assuming that you have done all the due diligence, you have done all the market research, you know this business will work as long as you put that 200,000 ringgit down. But, of course, there is still that chance of failure. You have 500,000 ringgit available, will you put 200,000 ringgit down? Well, maybe, maybe not. But it's still a lot to risk half your savings when the statistics are operating 90% against your favor. Okay, so let's raise it a bit. Let's assume 200,000 ringgit of startup capital needed. You have 1 million ringgit of funds at your disposal. This is when you start to think, okay, now I think I dare to dream. I think this is something that I can really look into. And that is true. Okay? See, the rule here, the wisdom here, the recommendation here is that if you're going to start a new business, okay, the amount that you invest in ideally should not be more than 20% of your available funds. Okay? There are two reasons for this. Firstly, let's go back to that damn statistic. 90% of all businesses fail within the first 5 years. So you have a 90% chance of failing. But here's the thing also, all right? Failure is only really failure if you call it quits. If you keep going, if you keep improving, if you keep reiterating, failure is nothing more than feedback on your pathway to success. Failure is just you have discovered, okay, one way that the business does not work this way. So the thing is, you want to make your failures as inexpensive as possible so that you can afford to reiterate, reinvent, improve your approach enough times that you ultimately run out of ways to fail before you run out of money. That's one. The second part of the wisdom is that businesses have a better chance of succeeding with a long-term plan and strategy. And let me put it this way. It is a lot easier to plan and strategize long-term if you don't have to worry about next month's rental. It is a lot easier to think far ahead when you're not worrying about whether you have enough funds to meet payday next month. Okay? So these two reasons are why when you want to start a business, even acknowledging that businesses come with a risk, you want to have that buffer, that breathing room to ensure that you are able to thrive in creativity rather than scrap your way just to survive. Okay, so the tip here is this. If you're looking to start a new business, work out how much you need up front just to get the business started. Add on 3 to 6 months of operating business expenses. That is the startup capital you need to put aside to get that business started. And your share of that business should not be more than 20% of your available funds. And if you work up and if it exceeds that amount, well, you need to rethink your business idea or rethink your business model so that you can start a business that fits inside your 20%. Okay, so I hope this video have given you some form of clarity in the event that you're looking to start your own business. I highly recommend entrepreneurship because it is the best way. It is the best way for anybody to build, wealth. Because you see, you can work a job, and working a job is honest. Nothing wrong with working a job. But if you want to build wealth, whereby you not only have that high income, you have that freedom of time, a business that is able to eventually operate itself with or without you, that's the way to go. And if you are interested to start your own business, you're interested to embark on the path of entrepreneurship, I'm actually looking to work together with a small group of 3 or 4 partners. We are working on a business opportunity that helps regular Malaysians solve their money problems without resorting to borrowing money. Okay, no borrowing involved. It is a business opportunity. This is not, I repeat, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not something where you put your money down and you watch that money grow. There is work involved in terms of your self-development, in terms of your ability to interact with people. But what you're having here is that instead of trading your time for money, working unfeasible hours, you will be using your time to build something, to build a business that will take care of you. So if you're interested to find out more about this, click on the link in the description section below. That leads you to a free webinar where we discuss this topic in further detail, introduce you to this business opportunity, and you can see for yourself, is this something that you want to explore? It may be for you, it may not be for you, okay? But if you're interested to know more, click on the link in the description section below, and I look forward to seeing you there.